put it simply, the ordinance does two things. It, one, attempts to restrict to whom a landlord may rent property. It requires individuals to go to the local police department to obtain a license to rent. In order to do so, they need to present proof of immigration status, or at least proof of their eligibility, their right to be in the country. And the other part is employment related, and that is requiring employers to verify that employees are in fact authorized to work in the country. And so it's a two-pronged approach. This has been tried in other cities throughout the country, started in 2006 in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. And it hasn't really caught on, in part because these ordinances have been challenged successfully. And the result for the cities has been legal fees in the millions of dollars range, insurers threatening and not paying for these legal fees, and in the end the ordinances have been struck down. The attempt is clearly to send a message. Typically what I've seen in the Midwest is that voters are very responsive to economic costs of laws, and when a law is implemented that has relatively little benefit with high costs, voters usually flee. Whereas in this case, the costs were presented very clearly. In fact, the city put out a fact sheet attempting to dissuade voters from voting for the ordinance, as this was defeated by the City Council last year. But regardless of the fact that voters wanted to send a message. But this has been going on for 4 years, 5 years now, and Congress is trying to do something. This is one of the few areas where everyone agrees that there's a problem and it needs to be fixed. But a solution hasn't been forthcoming. We have seen increased enforcement along the border under President Obama as well. We've seen increased workplace enforcement, increased enforcement with regards to violent criminals. But we've also seen states like Arizona who are going their own way and even going as far as to propose laws that would prohibit the state from granting birth certificates to children born in the United States whose parents are here undocumented, which would be in direct violation of the 14th Amendment.